Crypto is going to win, my friends. You know, you've seen this global M2 liquidity cycle part. And I want to ask you this. Do you think the 4-year cycle is dead? So I get asked that a lot. And here's the truth. My response is, and I was talking to Nick earlier. Shout out to Nicky Boo. Look, the 4-year cycle was never alive to call it dead. Okay? Now, we just say 4 years because of the government debt rollover. But what's actually different this time is we have now had the longest period of the government waiting until the very end of their time bomb to roll the money over. And there's a reason for that. The reason is interest rates. Okay, so interest rates are high. All right, Snoop Dogg high. So interest rates, friends, are at like 4.5% or whatever, 4.5, 4.3, whatever they are. Okay, so with interest rates that high, because the debt is like 7 or 9 trillion that has to be rolled over, it's a very big number. Okay, so I'm guessing for Trump, for the plan for his presidency, I'm guessing what he wants to do is, this is what they want to do. They want to get those rates lowered. Yeah, because when you get the rates lowered, you walk up to the Fed, you go, hey, we want to refinance for the next 4 years. Let's do the printing, the money printing thing. And then you do that debt rollover. And that's what actually gives us the crypto bull market. You have this surge of optimism because they just did a new round of money printing. So we're now coming down to the wire. There's a few months left. I don't know when. Maybe it's due by anywhere from like July to like November or something. I forgot the exact period, but like we're running out of time. And it's coming down to the wire now. So, but you can see now there's like 50% chance rate cuts. So that's why also Donald Trump he keeps saying the US Fed slow acting. Okay. And look, one of you asked me as well, what happens if they just don't cut rates at all? Well, if they don't cut rates, then everything's going to be fine. Just that his money spending bonanza is smaller. That's all. All right. He won't be able to, I guess, deliver on stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much, that's where we are now in a nutshell, friends. So we're coming down to the wire. Why is he doing these tariffs? He's like accelerating the down process, the slowdown. He's doing the tariffs, setting everything up, right? And when you're able to do the debt rollover, that gives us the birth, what we call that banana zone. So look, it's just a matter of time before crypto market realizes the money printer must be activated soon. Will USA do it? Will China do it? Will both do it? It's inevitable. They all have to do it. They can't put a tariff on the blockchain swaps either, friends. Mr. TD, does it mean no money printer because every KOL is talking about it and expecting it? Sir, very good question. Could be true. It could surprise us where the money printer effect comes from China. Because everyone's expecting America to do it. It could be that. Because that's actually what happened in 2017. Do you know that? In 2017, the US dollar went down. Because when the US dollar goes down, it's stimulating America. Yeah? And it strengthened the Chinese currency. And then they printed. They printed to balance it out for themselves. And then that gave China the boost to continue. And that's actually what was our 2017 run. And check this out as well, friends. Look at this. So China's currency has been falling off a cliff. Yeah? So remember, this is like CNY USD. So they pretty much, what they've been doing is they're devaluing the currency to fight off the tariffs. But you can't do that forever, bro. You can't do that forever. Just keep accelerating your currency down to zero. And you basically lose all your purchasing power to the world. So there's a limit to that. Trump's not giving up, man. That's what, friends, I literally think. Imagine you're a Chinese president. You're acting tough. You know Trump's not leading off. You know he's not now. Stock market's already down. Doesn't care. China was probably, President Winnie the Pooh, he's probably thinking, oh, if their market goes down, there's political pressure to get him to stop. He's like, screw yous. No. So think again. This is the chart I want to show you, friends. Look how beautiful this chart is. See how there's 4 colors of the seasons? It's the GMI. It's a total liquidity index. So basically, they just add up the liquidity all around the world, the money printing, the poopy fiat currency. If you notice, friends, we're in the red zone where it gets hot. So that's the look at this. I'll just show you. This is the 4-year cycle, okay? So in every single one before, look at this. See, the GMI, so they printed here. They printed here, right? Look at this. It went up again, 2021. Look at that. Our yellow has been garbage. So if you want to see, friends, look at this. So the yellow, let's look at the yellow. That's the Bitcoin halving years. This is what, 2012, 2016. 2020, remember this was zombie virus. So they had to print heaps to cover the difference of zombie virus. That actually gave us DeFi season. Yeah. Look what we've had, man. This has been trash. Look at our yellow. Our yellow's been nothing. In fact, our yellow was going up good. And look what happened. It actually comes back down. So they actually stopped. Now we're in the red part. Okay. So the red, remember in the red, look, because the money printing bonanza and the debt rollover occurs. Okay. This one was like a poopy one. That was 2021 truncated. Here we are right now. Okay. We're praying for friendship. I know it doesn't look like much, but like just we'll see. We'll see. But this is the actual, this is what you're looking at. This is pretty much, that's crypto's 4-year cycle. So a lot of people are saying the cycle's wrecked. Hey man, it doesn't have to be like, you can't just say it's wrecked. Like they can do a money printing bonanza at the end of the year. That can happen. And we just accelerate faster because because now they have to play catch up with this money printing bonanza stuff. They have to play catch up. There's no zombie virus hole to cover. Yeah. It's the gap smaller. I mean, look at that. So if you really want to be specific with it, the GDP gap of the tariffs is like 3.9%. I think the GDP cap of zombie virus was like 18% or 12% GDP. That's huge, brother. 80%, dude. You're talking about, you know, a $40 trillion economy. That's a lot. Every percentage point is like 400 billion, right? So when you have the difference between, friends, 3.9% drop and 13.9% drop is literally 4 trillion for America's economy. That's a 4 trillion. That's why they had to print 4 trillion, yeah, to cover that gap. So, but we don't have that. So, and they have to do the debt rollover, right? So it's more like, well, the money printing, it's going to have a good effect because we're not coming from zero anymore. We're all dead. You know, we're all in the mood. We're ready to feel optimistic, right? So it's a different time. I know it's just like, it's a bit esoteric. We're ready for the pump part. We've been waiting so long. I hope crypto turns around for me. So I want to give you that fresh perspective that it actually still is on track. Also, I want to remind you some wisdom from this man. Maybe you've heard of him. Rick Hard Heart. Rick Hard Heart. Don't fall for the BS. Don't be the dumb money. Be the smart money. Do you buy dips or do you sell dips? Man, think about it, friends. Look, man, I'll tell you one thing. Over my dead body, am I going to bet against America? So I'm just saying, bro. I'm not betting against America. Yeah? Yeah? You think you're a little hard to see you next Tuesday? China's stock market's gone nowhere in 10 years. No one's stock market's gone anywhere in 10 years, bro. It's America. It's the golden goose. It's literally the golden goose, friends. No one's been... have you tried trading another one of those dog shit sessions? They're trash, dude. It's trash. It's America. Everything else is fugazi. It's just... the stock market is also better at pricing than a news journalist. So what I'm just going to remind you, friends, is... see, a lot of people as well... okay. So there was news that came out that some of the political advisor dudes, they basically said... they go, look, this thing, it's going from April, May, be done by June. Yeah, so as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I know how this is going to play out. When people hear, April, May, June, where the tariff and the tantrum stuff out here, I automatically knew in my head, I go, let me guess. Every retailer is selling right now. Even institutions, they're selling the hedge fund Jeets, and they're going to buy back in June. And we're already going to be rallying for like 6 or 8 weeks into that. It's like classic, friends. It happens every time. Like every time there's a different news event, like this time is actually different. I'm like, bro, do you forget the market prices in the future? Yeah, so it's friends, it's possible by the time, so everyone wants to buy at the end of June here, right? Man, they might be buying S&P 500 literally right into the retracement again. And remember, this is a big distance. You're buying up 15% higher. You're actually buying up at the top of the recovery. Like, you're basically waiting for it to clear. But that's the same as crypto, bro. It's the same thing as crypto. So once again, the market prices in the future. So that's what happens, man. Like, insiders and government people, it leaks out, man. Like, they end up getting out, oh, wow, hey, like, it's government people. I guarantee you right now, in between either now or the next 2 weeks, there's going to be some, like, Chinese dudes talking, hey, the embassy just wants to talk with you. You know what I mean? And the government, they're kind of like sniffing out, oh, they might be ready to capitulate around the corner. Might take them another month. Like they're a bit uneasy with everything. You know what I mean? Like, so that type of stuff, friends, it seeps out there. You and I don't get to hear it. And honestly, you don't want to, because like it's a different indicator with a different person and different rhyme and reason every single time. But basically, it's strong hands are buying because they're like, you know what? A deal will be made at some point. I don't give a shit if a deal hasn't been made now. Give me the cheap prices. Depends how much you believe, man. If you really believe in America, if you believe in buying low, you just get in now. You're like, could go to zero. A deal could not get made, but probably deals get made. And the market eventually sniffs that out over time. If you're waiting for the Trump tariff fee to disappear, you'll be buying a much higher price. Dips are filled with uncertainty, but you get cheap prices. Weak hands are going to buy the S&P 500 after June. Stocks will price in the future before it happens. All right. So that once again comes down to the same things out here. Especially, friends, if you've been following Pulse Chain and pDAI, it's the same thing as well. It's the same thing as well. So getting during this FUD and uncertainty, and it's all synced up with Ethereum, but like on one hand, it feels like the sky's falling. On the other hand, we have amazing videos from Mr. HexJamHex.
You want it, don't you, fat boy? You want that donut? Go ahead and have a bite. Just a little bite. One little bite won't hurt you.
There we go. So obviously, friends, training for this moment, the sell button right here. The sell button right here. So, man, it's like this scene. This scene was just like foreshadowing us in the future. You're dealing with uncertainty, man. It's the same thing. Oh, Trump, is he going to make a deal? Is he not going to make a deal? You're just dealing with uncertainty. Yeah, but I say it like lightly. You're just dealing with it. Of course, it's your worst nightmare, Marcus. Oh, I don't know what's going on, but I know, man. When it's bears, the bears sound, they're smelly and they sound real smart. Tariffs don't work economically. Ronald Reagan, President G said he's not going to back down and blah, 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 blah. Or you're just looking for reasons to be bearish, dude. You know what I mean? Like, bulls, friends, sitting through this uncertainty is very, very common throughout history. Turns out that was the right thing to do. Very, very common. Almost all the time. There's always a new story, a new Fugazi. Let me know what you're doing. I hope now you've just seen a different perspective. This is Bitcoin. Yeah, teetering, man. It did. Friends, look, how scary was that, dude? Friends, maybe you've been watching my channel, man. How many times, man, I just can't believe. I went back to the 2017 fractal, and I'm like, okay, based off this fractal, it's literally a believer's cycle. Okay, you see that? It's literally believer's cycle. No ifs or buts. There were so many times it looked like it was like totally, completely over. Oh my gosh, even here. Think about this, friends. Like Bitcoin, $3,000. It's broken 3x its all-time high. Does 40% drop. You see, man, look, it might be over. Another one. And then it just comes back. Right? So many times. Like it just, oh wow, how much was this away from the weekly super trend? 5%. That's wild, man. Every single one, it like pokes through. It was like 2 or 3 or 4, 5%. It's just, it's crazy, but believe a cycle, man. Maybe we've manifested it. Look, that's exactly what happened last year. It's exactly what happened last year. Look at that. 2%. It actually broke through. And then 1% as well. And look at this one. How close did you get here as well? 0.37%. Man. I know I said believer's cycle, but even I'm surprised. It is a believer's cycle. Literally, only believers are going to make offense. You got to believe in America. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in friendship. You got to believe in the bull. You got to believe the cycle actually hasn't started yet, the fun part, because our business ISM is below 50. Literally, it's full-on believer cycle. Let's see how it plays out. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.